All right. This is my Amazon FBA story. So, went a little bit like this. It all started back in August of 2017. I came across a guy on YouTube called Kevin David. He had just released a course called That Lifestyle Ninja. Did a little bit of research, looked at the reviews, did my due diligence and figured out, hey, you know what? I want to invest this money in the course, which was a lot at the time, but said, screw it. And I just invested the money in the course. So I started in August and took me about 3 months from product research and everything to get a product into Amazon. I think I found my first product about 3 weeks in. So it took about 3 months and my product hit Amazon. First day was like a fucking dream come true. First day I hit, without any outside marketing, with just Amazon PPC, ended up hitting $1,300 in sales, I believe, maybe $1,200, somewhere around that range. First day out of the gate. And to be honest, I didn't even know my product was available at the time, but I set some PPC campaigns to start that day, and it just so happened that my inventory was available that day, so it worked out. So when I woke up, went and checked my Seller Central account, and I think I was at $900 in sales in the morning, and I thought it was like a glitch or something. So I logged on to my account, looked at it, and I was like, what the fuck? Because I didn't realize that I had my campaigns already set to run that day, totally by accident, but worked out. So first day, $1,200. Every other day after that, hitting around $1,000, $1,000, $1,000. I had shipped 500 units. So I think about in 10 days, I sold out of my 500 units, called my supplier, ended up getting, I think, 1,500 more units manufactured. And I launched November 17th. So by the 27th, I was sold out. So this is like peak, like almost hitting peak season. So I ended up being able to get a new shipment of product in by the 10th of December, 1,500, sold out of those by the 24th. So in that first month of selling on Amazon, I sold about $30,000 US, around that. I'll put a screenshot if I can up of my first day and then the month of the sales. So then after that, me not knowing, oh my God, I just found a hot product, but also not knowing that it's Q4 and this is probably 10 times my sales velocity. It's not even crossing it is crossing my mind, but I just didn't put into account. So I called my supplier and ordered about $15,000, which is like pretty much what I made of inventory, thinking I'm going to keep selling this amount of inventory consistently, or at least like 50% of it, you know what I mean? So I call, order 15,000 units of inventory, and then it ends up coming in and sales just drop. Obviously, because it's Q4, you're gonna have a huge sales dump, especially going into January and February. Those are pretty fucking slow months. So my sales just dropped, and I had just invested $15,000 worth of inventory. So I kind of screw myself. I wasn't getting terrible sales. I think January I had about $4,000 in sales. February around $4,000 again. March was a little higher. I had about $6,000, but I just still had so much inventory. I'm paying high inventory fees. So come April, I launch a new product and it doesn't take off at all. It was a bad investment, bad product. It was just not a good product, and I didn't do enough research in differentiating myself from the competition. So it didn't go over very well. So after I had launched that, I just invested some more money into that, which it was a cheaper product, but I still invested some more money into it. Come the end of April, I get an email from, I was selling a toys and games product. So I get a message from the Child Toy and Game Association that is partnered with Amazon. And they were telling me that my product wasn't up to safety standards and I would have to get some tests done at my factory in China. So I emailed them, saw if they had the test already done. They didn't, so I had to pay more money out of my pocket to get these tests done. Well, my listing gets shut down. It took about 2 months to do the test, get my listing back up and running. By that time, I had already lost all my rank. I had like my sales velocity was nothing, maybe selling 1 or 2 a day, and I had just paid a couple thousand to get those tests done at my factory in China. So this was awful, and on top of that, like I said, I had just launched a product, so I was spiraling downward, just honestly wanting to get rid of this product at this point because I had ordered so much. It was my mistake. The product was an okay seller, but the thing was too, the way it was manufactured, you could only get to a certain level of quality. So the quality wasn't always there, it wasn't always the best. And I kind of knew that because I get inspections before my shipments were sent out. And I would tell them to like reproduce them, you know, make them a little better. She was like, yeah, we'd get it done, but I would never get a photo of them actually doing that or like a verification saying that it was done other than an email saying, yeah, we'll get it done and it'll be shipped out by this date. So I don't actually know if they did that, but I'm also getting some bad reviews on top of all this. And pretty much my first month was amazing. Made a huge mistake of ordering way too much, and then come around to June, product gets shut down, re-enlisted in June, and now I'm selling about 1 or 2 a day. And I still have so much money invested in inventory. So I decided I was gonna save all the inventory and market it on Q4 the following year. So it was June. So I decided I'm also gonna launch a few seasonal products to heighten sales as well, and hopefully everything will go well. So I launched 3 products on top of my already one that I had. Now, these 3, once again, made the mistake of ordering way too many. I had another good Q4 sales, like for me at least. I had 30,000 in sales once again for the following Q4 with the 4 products running. I sold out of the one that I had too much inventory, which was great. One of them I almost sold out of, and then these 2 had ordered so much inventory. I was so optimistic. I was looking at the highest sellers and comparing my sales velocity to them before I even ordered. So I was looking at the top sellers in dog toys and looking how much they were selling and thinking I could sell the same when I don't have their ranking, I don't have their customer base, I don't have their branding, I don't have any of that. And I was just expecting to come in and sell as much as them. That's another mistake I made. You have to prepare for the worst, still expect the best, but prepare for the worst. And I didn't prepare for the worst. So ended up ordering way too much, stuck with so much inventory after this Q4. At least I sold out of the first product I had. So that was done. And then just slowly tried to sell out of these, couldn't, and then I ended up disposing of 2 of the products that I had because it was so much inventory. I was paying a lot in storage fees. First lesson to take out of this. Look at the seasons you are selling in. Look at the seasons you are selling in. Know if you're selling in Christmas, Easter, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, 4th of July, back to school. Like just know the seasons that you're currently selling in. So when you reorder inventory, you can kind of estimate how much you're going to need, because that was my biggest problem, was logistics. I couldn't figure out how much inventory to order. I kept getting ahead of myself. I kept thinking, I can do that. And it's like, okay, it's awesome to be optimistic, but you also have to be a realist and look at the numbers and know how much on average people are selling, and not just the best top sellers, because most likely you're not going to have their rank. And if you do, that's fucking awesome, and then you can easily compare yourself to them. But if you're not, then you can't. So first off, Amazon is a very logistical business model. Cash flow is absolutely the most important thing. The most important thing. You need to know how much money is going in, how much money is going out. That's the second thing I didn't manage very well, was my cash flow. I didn't know how much I was keeping for profit, how much I invested in marketing. I knew my numbers roughly, but I didn't actually know what I was taking home. The basis of this video is just to let you know that like Amazon is completely possible. I just did it for the last year. I'm not gonna lie, I'm taking a little step back, looking at a different business model right now. But for the first year selling on Amazon, I had around $75,000 in sales US. Profit-wise, I didn't really take home that much. And that's the thing, I can show you guys, look at this, my first year selling on Amazon, I sold $75,000, but you guys have to consider that's revenue. That's not marketing costs, that's not inventory cost. That's not any expenses, like any other expenses you incur, like shipment, freight forwarding costs. Like people just toss up these numbers and people believe that they're making them, but they're not. For example, like that, I can post up, I made $75,000 last year, but I didn't. I probably took home, honestly, I don't even know, like $10,000 out of it. The moral of the story is, Amazon is completely possible. It's just harder than a lot of people make it out to be. People just make it out to be you can throw a product up there, start selling, become a millionaire next month, be living on the beach, and everything's fucking fine and dandy. It's not that easy, but it is completely possible. The climates on Amazon are changing, and I'm kind of taking a step back from it. So I'm probably not the guy to come to talk to about relevant information about Amazon, but I just kind of wanted to give you guys my story, let you know how Amazon was for me, what I think of it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.